Health for Life Cooking, and I am here to show you delicious ways to get more vegetables into your diet. It's one of the most powerful things that you can do for your health. And today I'm going to show you how to make my broccoli and rice taco filling that can also be used as a burrito filling, and it can be mixed in with some leafy greens for a taco salad. So let's get started.
So I'm going to start off with one onion chopped, and I'm just going to saute that in my pan until it starts to turn brown on the bottom. And as you can see, I don't have any oil in my pan or any broth or water or anything right now at this point. I don't use any oil ever in my cooking. Oil is 120 calories per tablespoon of pure 100% fat. It's the highest calorie, lowest nutrient food that we consume, and it increases our risk of heart disease. And if you want to learn more about that, go to nutritionfacts.org and look at all the videos on oil and using oil in cooking, and you can get yourself educated on that topic. At 120 calories per tablespoon, it's not a very good weight loss food if that is a goal for you. So we need to get the oils out of our diet. The free oils is what they're called. When oils are in a whole food, like a nut or a seed or an avocado, those oils are bound to the fibers, and so they don't all get absorbed into your body. They are processed correctly, and a lot of the fats are eliminated through the stool. Now, as you can see, it's starting to get brown on the bottom of my pan, and at this time I would be adding a clove of fresh garlic, but I realized I don't have fresh garlic, so we're just going to add some garlic granules. And then if it was fresh, I would saute it for about another minute. And then I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of water. And this is going to loosen the browning off the bottom of the pan. And that flavor is going to come into your dish. All right, we're going to go over and get our broccoli chopped. So to chop my broccoli, I'm going to use my Vidalia Chop Wizard. It's my favorite chopping tool. And I'm going to use this larger blade. It comes with a 1/4 inch blade. This one's going to chop it just to the right texture that I want for the burrito and the rice dish that I'm doing. Broccoli is a cruciferous vegetable, and cruciferous vegetables have the most powerful effect against cancer. One thing I love about the Vidalia Chop Wizard is it has these measuring marks on the side where you can see how many cups you have, and we want 3 cups, and that's about what I have. Now we're going to go ahead and throw our broccoli into our pan. And I'm going to clean this out with a little bit of water. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this and let that broccoli cook until almost tender. Now once the broccoli starts to get tender, I'm going to add my spices. And what I've got here is 1 tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, and a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. And I like to put turmeric in pretty much everything I'm cooking. It doesn't have a real strong flavor unless you use too much of it, but those anti-inflammatory properties are so great. And of course, when you use turmeric, you should also use a little bit of black pepper, because that increases the absorption of the nutrients that give it that anti-inflammatory properties. I'm going to add just a little bit more water and let that finish cooking, another probably 5 minutes or so. All right, looks like it's about ready to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and add some tomato. See if you can see that. 100% organic strained tomatoes. And these are just tomatoes, nothing added. They're really delicious. I'm going to go ahead and add, I just kind of guess, like 1/2 to 3/4 cup. And you could use just canned tomatoes if you want. Crushed or chopped, doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to add some rice, and I am going to add about 2 cups of cooked short grain brown rice. Actually, I think I'm going to go about 2.5 cups, and you can go the amount that you want. And actually, I am using all rice in this dish, but you could use some beans as well. And I did 2.5 cups of rice. If you're going to use both, I would go, a cup of rice, 1.5 cups of rice, 1.5 cups of beans, probably about 1/2 and 1/2 would be great. Okay, from here, I'm going to go ahead and add some apple cider vinegar. And I do this just to cut back on the amount of salt that I need to use. I like just a little tiny bit of that vinegar flavor, and this, again, it takes away the amount of salt that I need to use in the end. Also, I am going to add this right here. It's some jalapeno jam, and what it is, I've taken a cup of chopped dried figs and soaked them in 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then I had some jalapenos that I grew, and they were red jalapenos, and I cooked them. I think I cooked about 2 or 3 of them with some onion and garlic, and then I blended that with the figs and the vinegar and made this kind of jam, this thick sauce, and I stir it into Mexican food. It's very, very spicy. That's why I only put about a half a teaspoon, because it has got a big kick, and that just makes it taste so good. I love a little bit of heat. So like I said, you can wrap this in a corn tortilla or a flour tortilla, but today I'm going to mix it into some leafy greens, and my leafy green salad is pretty wimpy today. All I have is some romaine lettuce and some green cabbage. And green cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable. I always try to add some raw cruciferous to my meal because it helps with the absorption of the nutrients in the cooked cruciferous vegetable, which is in the broccoli. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add my taco mix into my salad, and then I'm going to add some avocado because we want to get those healthy fats in there, and besides that, it makes it really delicious. And we're just going to toss that all together. And I'm also going to add to this some of my rice vinegar and raisin dressing that I actually talked about in my video that I previously did about my favorite salad that I'm doing right now. It's basically just a cup of raisins soaked in a cup of apple cider vinegar, kind of like my spicy fig sauce that I have, but this is raisins and vinegar, and I just blend that, add some water, makes a delicious sweet dressing. You could also add some lemon juice or lime juice to this salad, but I'm just going to stick with this. So here you have it, my rice and broccoli taco salad, and I'm going to eat this whole thing. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. If you are interested in more whole food, plant-based, high nutrient, vegan, no oil recipes, you can find them on my website at healthforlifecooking.com, and you can also find them in my cookbooks, Whole Food Goodness and Whole Food American Favorites. Both of these can be purchased off my website. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you know anyone who's interested in gaining optimal health through plant-based nutrition, please share it. Until next time, this is April with Health for Life Cooking, wishing you the very best of health for the rest of your life.